Get my room.
You know, you really should
Welcome back to Recap It. Today we are going to recap a 1992 thriller mystery movie titled Unlawful Entry. Happily married Michael and Karen Carr call the police after a failed robbery. Officer Pete Davis arrives and helps arrange the installation of a new security system. The grateful Carrs have Pete to dinner and strike up a friendship. Pete invites Michael to ride with him during a night's patrol and gives him the chance to beat up the burglar. Michael refuses and tells the disturbed cop to stay away, but Pete begins stalking the terrified couple. But before we begin, please consider subscribing to this channel. Now, without wasting any further time, let's begin, shall we? We meet Michael and Karen Carr, a couple who live in an upscale part of Los Angeles, at the start of the film. An intruder breaks into their home through their skylight one night, disrupting their peace. Karen is briefly kidnapped by the intruder. "Please don't hurt her," Michael says, "and I'll give you anything you want." Karen is kidnapped from her home, dumped in the pool, and the intruder flees. The Carrs contact the cops, one of whom, Pete Davis, is particularly interested in the couple's situation. He interrogates Karen about every detail of the case. He gets around departmental red tape and installs a security system in the Carrs' home quickly. Pete invites Michael on a ride-along with his partner, Roy Cole, when Michael expresses an interest in exacting vengeance on the intruder. Pete takes Michael out to arrest the man who broke into the Carrs' house after dropping Cole off. After apprehending the criminal, he offers Michael the opportunity to exact vengeance with his nightstick. Michael declines, but Pete brutally beats the intruder, making Michael doubt Pete's mental stability. He advises Pete to seek professional help and, more importantly, to stay away from him and Karen in the future. Pete, who rejects both suggestions, begins stalking the couple, particularly Karen, with whom he is obsessed. Pete even shows up in the couple's bedroom one night while they are making love to check that everything is okay. Pete uses his police connections to destroy Michael's business reputation after Michael files a complaint against Pete's unwanted attentions. When Michael is met with bemused apathy, he turns to Pete's boss, Roy Cole. Cole tells Pete to stop obsessing now that he knows everything. Pete then assassinates Cole, blaming the crime on a well-known criminal. Pete then frames Michael for drug possession by smuggling cocaine into his home. And he was imprisoned. This makes Pete's transition into Karen much easier. Michael gets out on bail, putting his attorney's finances in jeopardy, and takes matters into his own hands. Pete, on the other hand, brutally murders Karen's friend, who came to stay with Karen after Michael's arrest, in Carr's house. Karen feels helpless and begins to fall in love with Pete. She snatches Pete's gun slowly and attempts to shoot him. Pete, on the other hand, dismisses her and tries to be intimate with her against her will. When Michael gets home, Pete is enraged and attacks him and Karen. Pete and Michael have a spat. Pete holds Michael at gunpoint outside of their bathroom, where Karen is, and Pete threatens to kill Michael unless Karen opens the door and joins him in escaping. Michael, on the other hand, begs Karen not to, claiming that Pete will kill him anyway. Karen eventually storms out of the room, striking Pete in the face with an ornament, giving Michael the upper hand, punching Pete and knocking him down the stairs. While Karen and Michael, who is holding Pete's now loaded gun, wait for the cops, Pete regains consciousness, but Michael is holding him at gunpoint. "You can't do anything to me," Pete taunts, "because I'll be out of jail in a few days." Michael, however, shoots Pete to death, much to Pete's surprise. Michael and Karen go outside, relieved, to watch the police arrive on the scene. And this is where the movie comes to an end. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, until next time.